Today, we're going to be doing a review of Jurassic World. Now, short answer, I would pass on this movie. Smack like on this video for just getting to the point. Now, let's talk about why that is. The Jurassic franchise has built itself on dinosaurs being trapped in an enclosure, escaping the enclosure, and then explaining why that's a bad thing. This new movie does nothing like that. It starts off being this coming-of-age story of this rebellious teenage girl that wants to slam doors and run off and be free and get answers. It's very stupid and boring. Trust me, you'll waste a good amount of your life just watching the opening of the movie. And then it goes into a kidnap scene where both Blue, the raptor, has a kid that gets kidnapped, and then the clone girl gets kidnapped, and now the whole rest of the movie is about getting them back. They've been watching way too much Taken, I'm telling you. And then it's just like there's unbelievable moments of action, like one of the villains in the movie, she just walks right by gunfire like she's ethereal or something. It's so stupid. And then it gets to the point where it's like the movie is not believable with the action. It's very corny. It's very, like cringe in many areas. One of the most cringiest areas is when they have the old G cast come back, right? And they have them say, or have the old lady from the old G cast come back and say, he slid into my DMs talking about, the other character. It's just so stupid. It's so not what we need in a Jurassic movie. They had all of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World to pull from. This should have been an epic collaboration, and it just wasn't. Instead, we got some, cash grab bullshit where it was literally like, oh, guess what? She's coming of age. She got kidnapped, and so did the raptor. We're going to get it back. Oh, we have a villainous CEO that just so happens to look like Tim Cook. Bro, am I really supposed to, find the Apple's CEO intimidating? Because that's really what the dude looked like, right? And so I'm going through this whole story, and I'm watching all this play out, and I'm just thinking, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen from a Jurassic series. And, really, it just, they don't have any charisma to the movie at all, and they think that at the end, dinosaurs will redeem them, and it just didn't. And, they kind of recycled the same fight twice. You had, two dinosaurs that already fought. One got its ass kicked and walked away and then came back for round two and then jumped him with another dinosaur. It's stupid. It's just, you could tell they were running out of things to say. And that's the point for me where I lose interest in the entire, thing that they had going. Because it's like, if you're going to sell me on the concept of Jurassic, make sure you keep to what it was about. It was about dinosaurs escaping an enclosure and then trying to get them back in that enclosure or restoring balance. They don't ever restore balance, by the way, at the end of the movie. Everything's left in disarray. The dinosaurs are still out, and it's just deal with it. They don't ever touch it on, how it affects society and why it's so bad in society that these dinosaurs got out and the detriment that it causes for everyday life. They never touch on that. They opened Pandora's box and never told you what that was like. They're so lazy with the way that they handle franchises once they make their money, and this movie is a cash grab. Anyone saying otherwise really loves Jurassic, and hey, power to you. I could not get behind this, and I really love Jurassic, a lot, and I just couldn't. So I think it's a okay movie. Now, don't hear all of this and think it's the worst I've ever seen. It's a 5 out of 10. That's the solid verdict. It's enough to entertain for a weekend when you're bored as hell and you're just around the house hanging out. But if you want something serious and you want a movie that's really going to change things and break the mold, this is not it. This is going to be one of those movies that you're going to forget. It's going to collect dust on your shelf. If you buy it, it's not really a game changer, and it's damn sure not a masterpiece. And I think that's one of those things that really has me just kind of disappointed with this whole thing. We're talking about freaking Jurassic here. They had all the source material in the world. For crying out loud, man. They just, I'm sorry to say, they just milked it for everything it was worth, and it's just not, it's not it. The amount of, digital animal cruelty in general, I just didn't like it. And now I'll throw this out there, as somebody who's a vegan, I didn't appreciate the way the movie opened, how it's just kind of these animal rights activists go and they rescue these dinosaurs in these poor conditions, and they take them out of these poor conditions to try to rescue them and give them better lives, and then like magically develop a conscience against their own mission and then start talking to each other. This is crazy. This isn't how you do it. This isn't the way. It's just like, it's like a subliminal message telling people who like break into facilities and rescue animals to stop doing that. I didn't really like that message. I didn't think it was necessary. That's like a me thing, because I feel like, again, animals should be protected the same way people are, but people think that they're somehow like higher life forms than animals. Like, it's that inconsiderate thing that human beings do. Now, again, that's a personal thing, but again, I'm the wrong audience when we talk about that kind of thing. Like, I didn't like it. And then all the animals that they're killing, I mean, it's just so stupid. I don't like watching, you know, little mice get eaten, rabbits get eaten, deer get eaten. It's like, you couldn't pick like a predator, like it taking down like a lion or something. Like, you know, you go for the most meek and meager, innocent freaking animals. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like this every time. That's a me thing. Maybe some other people agree and understand, or maybe don't like animal cruelty. I wasn't with it. I disconnect real quick from animal cruelty type movies like that. And then when your story is so far from what you established from the beginning, when you were like, we're Jurassic, we got dinosaurs, and you don't give me dinosaurs out the gate, when you opened up the lid to give me all the dinosaurs I could dream of, is dumb. And so, like, for me personally, I didn't like the movie. But again, like I was saying before, I want to see what you guys have to say. My little rant aside, still think it's 5 out of 10, solid, non-negotiable 5 out of 10 for me. And that's pretty much the video for today. But that being said, again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty, keeping it locked here, and watching what we do next. Till the next video, we'll see you guys later.